on the smaller units, we had to improve the amount of RAM and stuff like that in order to enhance.
And he just upgraded the line, so he was just trying to get this performance as a feeling. You see an upgrade of your line, you see an upgrade of your internet connection. Then they put on the web filter, and they saw traffic going down, the speed of the connection was going down. Then the customer said, yeah, what's the next step? Because he liked the speed, he liked the web filter, but yeah, he was a bit slow. Eventually, we took back the P600 and sold him P1000 because that was the solution. So it's very when you sell a P600, try to figure out if this is going to be happening in the future. Because in the P600, P1000, you don't get at risk. I had a customer having testing the unit in an environment from 250 users. Eventually, in his head, it says dual power supply, dual discs, it's more secure. So he bought a P1500, but on the performance point of view, he could manage a P1000. It's a very fast struggle. So mainly eventually it's a throughput. If you just put ADSL, 8 megabit, no problem. If you go on top of it or stick an ADSL connection, then you can experience that it will be a bit slower. As some customers just say, fine, they understand checks will cost performance, but others just want to say, I want to have full speed. So it's also important to try to feel if this person will accept it's going to be slower, then you don't take a risk to sell a P600. If you're going to feel a little bit that the power and the speed is an issue with him, don't sell him a P600. Because he will tell you, he thinks eventually he will say it's too slow. And then you will turn off modules to get more speed. But then you sell him the solutions, you turn off modules to get speed. That's of course ridiculous. Then you need to sell him a P1000. I also had a customer for 3 users, tried to sell him a unit, and he said, it's too expensive. Too expensive, no way, I'm not going to buy it. So I said, do you want to try for free? He said, okay, try for free, that sounds good. Then he tried it, and after 14 days we called this customer and said, okay, we want the unit back. He said, no, I want to keep it. I just experienced this is worth the money. And we thought, okay, he will never want to buy it. But we were very curious. That's why we offered him the free unit. So my main goal is get the unit to the customer. And mainly, most of the times, you don't need to get it back. Just an invoice. Get the unit there.
What is the reason why you choose to base your licensing on a number of users, not on bandwidth? Because it will be much more transparent for selling. If you know this unit can scan, I don't know, 10 megabits, then actually you have to say it. And if some user has a 10 megabits connection, this is the unit for him, no matter how many users they have. Maybe you should change the way of licensing.
I can see a point in that. I'm running a hosting facility center, and we have a lot of customers coming in, and we can't say for sure how many accounts each customer has. So if we should go on with that, we should have the P2000 to be sure that we could have all customers, because we use the gateway functionality to check for emails, and we can't put on every single email account to protect. So it will give a great. I think it will benefit in the end to change it in the way of the licensing. I've seen many products who base the licensing on how many users or email accounts that can go through the system, and it always ends up for a lot of products that the price is very high, because most products they are using per account license, and
the numbers are correct, yes or no.
Yes, but on the other hand, how did you find out that this unit is ideal for, I don't know, 10 users? Did you check it? Which kind of users are there?
As I said, normally if a company has one email domain and if it has 10 users, you will get everybody will have an email address. You have 10 email addresses, and also you see in the price list we also talk about daily mail. Yeah? So we have made some small calculation. We expect if the company has 10 users, they will get this amount of spam slash this is the amount of mails they want going to send. And if you are in this area, we will say, okay, the unit will perform in a normal way, and we even notice any performance loss on that particular part.
I would also like to add something about that, because this, with the license system, has actually been augmented quite a few times. Maybe not many times, quite a few times. I've talked to Victor about it, but also in the board. And the thing is, like this, the system we have now is actually quite old. You know, it's you can actually buy say the small companies. There's your questions, the more questions in one here, because like say a small company, 10 users, but how much traffic do they have? Should they have a P1000? But the license is like this. You can actually run like 12 people on a 10 user. You could do that. But then again, they would break the license. And we could put in a lot of stuff in order to secure this will not happen. But they find a way around it anyway. And we see it, a lot of people spending a lot of money on security devices and security things, and they'll just break it anyway. So there's a base of trust in this license system, but it actually shows off to work. Our resellers, distributors, they don't have any interest in selling a unit with too low license, neither in the protector or the penetrator. Because why? Because they make less money. So if it's a company with like 60 people, they must simply look at the traffic also. If we made this mistake before, just be honest with you, like you have a company and you don't look too much at the traffic, you say, I'll just buy a P600, and you get running, and then after half a year, it's too slow, you need to go to a P1000. And then we have the replacement program, and then you go to the customer like after a year and say, you need to buy a replacement. They say, I just bought one year ago, so I have to pay again. Yeah, because your traffic went up. But that is life. It's,
also, that's the reason in the old days you had 50 users and 100 users. So we took the 75 users from the P1000. You just try to get rid of the gap.
You're talking all the time about the number of users, but actually it's not the real problem. The problem is because more users are generating more traffic.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Talk about traffic, not about users.
Performance issue.
It's really what are the users doing. For instance, we're a U.S. company that does operations here, and I see a big difference. A 100 megabit symmetrical fiber link in Sweden costs between 500 and 800 euros a month. Nobody's going to buy those in branch offices. But I can buy the same service in the United States for 40 to 60 euros a month. Everybody has it. You got a branch office of 1 to 3 to 5 people. They'll have 100 megabit symmetric fiber, and then they'll have multi-point video conferencing. That's the standard default way we do business in the U.S. So we have cheaper infrastructure, we use the service. If we had expensive infrastructure like here, we wouldn't be using it. So as the ISPs offer more services, the users would find to use more ways of using technology. So you could end up with one user using 100 megabit bandwidth. So it's impossible to say, I mean, in the States, they'll sit there now marketing and stuff, we can do 1 gigabit, real time checking of all your data.
Okay.
But I mean, there's no way to say how many users, because you got to look at what are they using it